Good evening. I'm Brian Ware, safeties coach at Grambling State University. Today I want to talk to you about multiple ways of playing cover three. In this video, I want to talk about 6 concepts, 2x2, 3 of them, smash, 4 verts, and China, okay? And then 3x1, 4 verts, flood, and a concept that we call dusty, okay? Cover three is a simple coverage that we've all either played in or coached in at some point in our career. It allows you to have a lot of guys around the line of scrimmage. Back in the day with 21 personnel, you had 8 men in the box concepts and stuff like that. Now with the game being spread out, you still kind of gain that 7.5 defender in this deal. Okay, it allows you to be solid versus RPOs, flat concepts, and quick game on the outside. Okay, where it has its issues is in the seams. So you have to make sure that you do a great job of communicating, checking, and talking about all those things that you're going to do and how you're going to handle those seam concepts, those outside high-low concepts, and then the concepts that's going to threaten your guys in the middle of the field. Okay. First, I kind of want to touch over the basics. In this two-high deal, we're going to have a safety that's going to roll to the middle of the field, and he's a deep third player. That guy's responsible for me to be able to get hash to hash. I also tell him that in pass, anything over 20, 25 yards, he should be deep enough to where he can get numbers to numbers. Okay? Is he going to get numbers to numbers? Probably not, but I want to be able to put that in his head so that he can understand what the standard is. Okay? On the outside, you have 2 corners that are deep third players as well. So now you have 3 guys that have a third of the field, and they should be able to get essentially to each one's landmark. So the corner should be able to have sideline to hash, while the middle of the field safety should be able to be hash to hash. Okay. Our safety here becomes a down safety along with this guy. These guys, we refer to them as skiff players, meaning they are seam, curl, flat defenders. Okay? Seam, curl, flat defenders, meaning they're responsible for protecting everything in the seam. They got to reroute it out of there. Okay, they're going to work the curl, so they're going to protect the corner and the curl, and they're going to run and tackle everything in the flat. Okay? Their primary read is 2 to 1. Okay? Right now we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and the back makes number 3. So in this 2x2 set, the back being on the backfield being 3, you have a possibility of 5 guys getting out. For sure 4, but a possibility of 5. So their responsibility is 2 to 1, seam, curl, flat. So that means I'm going to reroute 2 if he's vertical, while I'm working to the curl, and I'm going to run and tackle anything in the flat. Okay? These 2 linebackers in pass become 3 to 2 hook curl guys. 3 to 2 hook curl. So now the back is your 3, okay, and he's already over here to the right side of the formation. So he goes that way. We're both gonna work, or our near backer is gonna work that way towards the number 2. Eyes going to 2, because most likely he's not gonna go up the seam. Some people that do that, they run their back up the seam on certain deals, but they're running out cuts out there. And normally that's versus a 2 high type look. They trying to get him piped up the middle. Okay. So now once he goes 3 to 2, this guy becomes our hook guy over here. Okay. And so we have a hook guy. We got a hook curl. So he's working hook curl while he's working seam, curl, flat. Okay. Just kind of route reading with those guys on that deal. Okay. So that's a real easy, simple deal on that. Base responsibilities. So I want to talk about one side and one concept at a time. Okay, so I'll go over here. So now, 2x2, we're talking about smash. Okay, smash is a concept where the offense wants to get an outside high-low. Okay, they want to either hold the box defender in throw to the hitch, or they want to get the corner in a position where it might be a younger guy that's not as experienced, seeing too much, driving up on a curl, trying to be aggressive and throwing the corner behind him. If he does a great job and stays behind, and the box player doesn't get out to the flats, now we throw the ball to the hitch player, and now he can turn, assess the situation, and get extra yards. Okay, so again, you got a hitch and you got a corner. That's the smash concept there. And remember, this safety is not here. This safety is in the middle of the field. Okay, and that's his responsibility as a third. So now, our guy here, our down safety here, his responsibility is what? 2-to-1 seam curl flat. Okay. Initially, this looks like this is going to be a seam deal. So his responsibility is to what? Reroute that guy. I'm going to reroute that guy. I want to make his route bubble. So now what ends up happening is, if we do a great job on it, we can kind of push that route to the corner. Okay? Push that route to the corner. So now as I'm rerouting 2, my eyes should go to 1. Okay? So I'm rerouting 2, my eyes are to 1, I'm seeing that, I'm driving that flat. It can help if the corner can give us a smash, smash, smash call, okay, to alert us that the guy's sitting down in front. But in some of the crowds that we play, it's almost impossible to hear that. So as I'm rerouting 2, I'm working the 1. The corner's job should be playing that corner route, because he's got the third. He should be syncing off of that, alerting it to the safety, smash, 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 and playing the route that's coming to him. He should be on top of it, okay? Should be on top of it. So that should be the easiest way to handle that. But again, the big deal, what they want to do is, most of the time they want to hold that guy with his route and run that corner, okay? So they can throw that out there real quick. To the field, we're not so much worried about it because it's a lot of space. So if they can throw that, boom, hit it to the field, we want to just tackle it in the flat, okay? Tackle it in the flat. In the boundary, though, with this arrow meaning that's to the field, in the boundary, this route we should be able to handle with ease and take away, because it's a much smaller space. We should be able to show jersey color at least and make the quarterback a little hesitant about throwing the hitch out there. To the field, not so bad. 5-yard catch and tackle, we live to play another down, okay? Now, China. China is a route that teams will try to run when they know that, okay, maybe your box guy isn't doing a good job of holding or rerouting, okay? So what they want to do, again, this guy's middle of the field, okay? That guy's our skill player there, okay? So what they offensively they want to do is they want to hold your box defender with the vertical. Hold your box defender with the vertical, okay? He can still run the corner, but most of the time he's running the seam, okay? Most of the time he's running the seam. And again, with this guy going to the middle of the field, this guy playing the third, right? Now this becomes a route that can hurt us. So again, this guy's responsibility is to reroute that out of the seam. He wants to make this bubble, okay? And then it'll also help him get to his responsibility, because what he's going to end up getting in this case is slant right into that window. So if I can make this route bubble, it takes me closer to my responsibility that's coming in to me. I don't have to expand out to the flat. I'm just going to be a curl player because there's nothing out there for me. It's coming in. Again, I'm rerouting 2, but my eyes are to 1. So as I'm working and I'm rerouting this guy, this should be bubbling. Now, boom, I'm right there in the curl, and I'm taking that route away. So I can really get 2 things accomplished in one if I do a great job at my job. If I reroute the mess out of this, I can bubble this seam and take the quarterback's eyes off of that, but it's quick game, so now I can be in the window of that slant throw, okay? lastly, I want to talk about four verses, so I'm going to use the whole deal with this, okay? Again, we know our guys' responsibility. We talked about that. I'm seam curl flat. I'm 2-to-1 skiff. Okay, same thing over here. Third. Okay. These two guys are 3-to-2. Okay. So now, 10, 11 personnel, what you gonna get? People understanding that you're gonna play 3, or you can line up in single high. You know, sometimes when you line up in single high, cover 1, cover 3, you know, people gonna want to start running stuff through the seams. Okay, when you're playing a lot of cover 3, that's when they really gonna want to run it through the seams. So now it's your guys' responsibility. It's already built in. They're supposed to be protecting the seam, but now they really have to be protecting the seam. Okay, so we want to, one, communicate with each other, alert that there's chances of 4 verts because the splits are wide enough to run 4 verts. Okay, in 4 verts, offensively, what do they want to do? This guy, most of the time, is numbers, hash, near hash, numbers, right? So you got a guy in the middle of the field that's in a predicament. He's got 2 seams running on him. He's got 2 guys that's trying to reroute those deals and get them out of there to kind of help him out, but he has to essentially choose one or the other. That's what the offense is trying to make you do, right? And if the quarterback does a great job, we got a variance of quarterbacks in this conference from old to young. Older guys do a good job of looking you off and throwing the opposite direction and understanding the cover that you're in. Young guys stare their throw down. But in the end, if our down guys do a great job of rerouting these guys out of the seam, now we get these routes to bubble and there's less stress on that guy, okay? Also, once they finish rerouting, they must expand out to their flat. There's nothing out there, but they gotta understand that with there being nothing out there, they must expand and widen the net underneath, because what teams like to do is they like to convert their routes on the outside if they're gonna throw to the outside guys. So now they know that these seams ain't here. Let me convert this to a comeback. We know he's over top. This guy's not all the way out here. Let's just throw it to a spot over on the sideline. Let him catch it, tap, tap, get out of bounds. We play another down, first down, okay? So they gotta expand out to make sure that this throw becomes a difficult throw, because now I gotta throw it over somebody and the corner can spin out and tackle it if it is caught. We can both tackle it. Same thing over here, okay? But let me talk about a couple of adjustments or just keywords that kind of helps our guys with this. So now in this deal, what we can do is we can make a danger call, splits being wide enough to run 4 verts. We can say danger, okay? And so in danger, what that basically alerts our guys to is, okay, they got a chance of running 4 verts, so this is how we're gonna handle it. Just like in Smash, when I said, with this being a long throw to the field, we're gonna rally and tackle that hitch route out into the boundary, okay? Now, same deal. They wanna convert and run comebacks to the field. We're gonna rally and tackle that. But what we wanna do is we wanna handle the immediate throws, which are the 2 seams and the boundary of go. So this is immediate, this is immediate, and this is immediate. So by us making a danger call, now this safety that's in the middle of the field, he will stem his pedal to this guy right here to take that immediate throw away, okay? This corner will midpoint these 2 to take this immediate throw away. Again, that's why it's important that this guy reroutes and expands out, so when they do run this comeback, he's underneath it, and now I can spin out and go tackle that, okay? Now that leaves us with this immediate throw in the boundary. With the safety weaving to this 2 and the corner midpoint 1 and 2 here, this corner here can essentially take that all by himself. Okay? Still got post help, but obviously if he's running a post, these guys aren't running verticals. So with this full verse, we get 3 of the immediate, the shortest 3 verticals covered, and we get this one, make that a long throw. How many guys can make that throw, right? You might get a hitch in a throw, a wind up in a throw, but the first thing that they thinking though are the seams. So then once we take that away, now I gotta shift my eyes over here to that, and I gotta hitch, and I gotta throw it, and I gotta throw it over somebody. Okay? So that's full verse. So that's danger right there. That's one way to just kind of communicate that deal with that. Okay? So now, I talked about 2x2 and the different things. So now let's talk about 3x1 and the concepts that I had with that. Nothing changes in our responsibility. Those guys' responsibilities are still the same as far as skiff and 3-2 hook curl and stuff like that. But we will rotate. We will rotate, guys. When you're utilizing the 5 DB system, you know, it's easier. You don't have to get backwards out of the box, okay? So we'll go there. So we got 3x1. You still got 1 safety here. Still got another safety here. And then you got backside safety high, okay? Now, that can put some guys at under stress, because you're looking and you're like, well, the corner on the backside doesn't have any help. So you can play that a couple of ways, really, okay? So now, I'll get the full verse here in a second. Let me talk about the other routes, okay? So flood. Flood, a simple deal that you see to the field, right? You get the back that way. What teams will do is try to sprint out to the flood. A real simple deal for us. Most of the time you're gonna get that. Some people will go number 3 on the out and number 2 like that to try to get this guy missing, right? Get everybody focused on that and throw to the guy that's closest to the quarterback coming out. But what a lot of people do, and I'm erasing everything, what a lot of people do is go number 2 is the deeper guy, and number 3 becomes the flat guy, okay? Just like that. So again, it's a real simple deal for us in this whole concept. This is real simple. Corner's got the 3rd, we already know that. I tell this guy, we tell this guy, if you see sprint, especially if you see sprint, his job right now is to run to the flat. I don't even have to look back, just run to the flat, because I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting, okay? And now, with this guy being 2-1 skiff, this guy is 3-2 hook curl, right? So as he's running there, now I'm in the curl. So if they want to run anything that cuts back in, now I can handle that, but he's working over top of the flat throw. If they throw the flat throw, we tackle it. We don't want to run and cover it, right? So I really want to take that angle instead of that flat angle, okay? And so that's how we'll handle that. Now you get something on the backside possibly, you know, if they rolling, maybe they running that guy there, right? If they running that guy there, obviously we got help in the middle of the field, and it's nothing else over here, so the corner really could play that. It'd be different if the back was on that side. If the back was on this side, then the corner really can't just drive that on the backside, because it's possible that they could cut this guy split, but then again, that goes to communication. Cut that guy split, run that guy like that, you gotta have that corner over there, okay? But that just goes back to communication. So again, that was 3x1 flood. Real simple, just getting guys in their zones, running to their areas, understanding what's going on in that deal. And on the backside, like I said, with the back being away, the corner really could play more heavily on that number one. And a lot of times what we do, and what I've done in the past, is that guy just got that guy man to man. He might still play his cover three technique, but he's really heavily in tuned into that number one guy. Okay, so that's flood. Okay, let me go to what we call a route called dusty. Okay, normally in this deal, what you'll see in dusty is a change in the alignment of the offense. Okay, most of the time take number 3 and put him on the line, and you got 1 and 2 off the line. For our guys, that alerts Dusty right now, and Dusty is nothing but an inside corner. Okay, so you getting a corner route, getting in cut, and you getting in cut. Okay, so what ends up happening on that, and it's a good route versus this, it's a good route versus quarters, it's a good route versus, any type of zone deal, and really a good route versus man, because this guy is the furthest inside guy, and he's running away from everything. In zone, if your guys don't do a great job on the outside understanding what's coming out to them from the inside, then these guys can get lost. I.e., so here we are, we're playing 3. If this guy's just looking at 2 and not understanding this, and they don't alert it, he'll sink off, and then he'll start to drive like that. This guy just be holding here, and he'll be holding here, and this route will just be thrown over top of his head. So it's essential that these guys communicate and alert the Dusty. So now he sees my 1 is off, he sees 2 is off, 3 is on. There's a chance that we're gonna get this. So now he just stays back. My guy is still 2-1. He's still 3-2, right? This backer is still 3-2 as well. And what we normally tell that guy is he's 2-1. He's not a skiff player. He's just a hook to flat player over here. He really just giving body color help to this corner on the backside. Okay, especially with the back being over there. With the back being over here, then he knows that's a 2. I gotta work with that guy me in the corner. But again, this Dusty deal, those guys alert that Dusty, and so now this guy can kind of play off and take that route away, make them throw it underneath, because that's the route that we want them to throw. We want them to throw over underneath because this route's the touchdown route. Okay, that route's the touchdown route. So that's how we handle that, Dusty. Again, it's just kind of like the 4-verse deal. You got to make sure that you communicate and talk amongst each other. Film study does the team good, because you understand alignments and splits and formations and stuff like that. Now, those guys can line up like that and not run Dusty, but you can communicate it. If the splits, so now I'm going back to 4-verse. Now out of 3x1. It's still the same thing. If we got splits wide enough to run 4-verse, okay, you know what those guys want to get. We still want to alert danger. And now it really makes our job easy this time, because we know this guy's going to do what? Become the weak number 2. So his job really is just to go back with him. That's his third in danger, and the 2x2 you saw that he was gonna weave pedal to that guy to take away that immediate. This guy's already on the backside playing that like man. So he's got that guy right there. Okay. This guy's gonna work to the near hash, right? And this guy's working numbers. So they still gonna get to their same spots. They just trying to confuse you in how they doing it. So with our defenders, again, their responsibility, these two guys' responsibility doesn't change, and this guy's responsibility is not gonna change, because he still should be midpoint in those two verticals, okay? Because again, this is an immediate throw, that's an immediate throw, and that's an immediate throw. This throw, when we on top, most teams are gonna convert. So again, it's this guy's responsibility to expand out, make that throw go over top of his head. So this corner, as he's midpoint, he can see the quarterback. Once he shoulders and hands that way, I can spin out and go tackle it, but I gotta be deep. The main thing with all of this is these guys that have deep third responsibilities, they gotta adhere to that deep third responsibility. They gotta be deeper than the deepest, okay? And so now you end up with this guy working to the flat over here, that guy working there, that guy working there. So now this route has a guy over top of it and underneath it. This route has a guy that's underneath it, so this ball has to go up, and it allows that guy to get there too. It's the same thing. We gotta be in concert underneath to make balls go up, so that our deep players that are supposed to be deep can come down and play those balls. Okay, so those are those ways versus that, versus those concepts out of just a regular cover three way. Now I want to start to talk about the multiple ways of playing these coverages. So you have your traditional way that I just shown you with cover three, out of just a kind of a country look, just a plain Jane third skiff look. So now I'll kind of real quickly go back through it from a 2x2 perspective, playing some different coverages, okay, or rolling it a different way. So 2x2, okay, we got that right there. So you can play a roll three, okay. You can play a roll three where now, again, I showed smash to the field, so now let's show smash to the boundary. You feel like we not getting there playing our regular three in the boundary with our guy coming down playing skiff, and now they running hitch, corner, and he's not getting there. So okay, we can still play that to the field because we understand we're gonna run and tackle that. We kind of giving up that field flat anyway, okay? And it's a long throw. Well, now in the boundary, we can just kind of play roll three. We can switch the responsibilities in the boundary, okay? So now safety here has third. He still has his third, right? But now this corner basically becomes the skiff player, okay? What people do, some people, you can trap that guy. You can kind of play that guy off and walk him down, okay, as the ball is snapped. You can play it a bunch of different ways, but still, he basically replaces our safety in the boundary in that responsibility. So now, when they run hitch, corner, he's kind of already on this hitch. We're not worried about that. You got safety over the top, so what he'll do is he'll just kind of sink off. And so now it looks like a cover two type deal where you got a high-low on that deal. He can run and tackle that. Again, this guy is 3-2, hook curl. So he's in his hook. So you kind of end up with 3/2 right there. Okay? So that's that route. That's in the roll cover three. We just kind of rolling it into the boundary, switching the responsibilities into the boundary. Okay. So now you're getting China. Okay. Now you're getting vertical. And that right there. So again, we rolling it. Right, we're rolling it, and this guy is the third guy. But this is the route that's working on him. So, boom, I'm gonna be vertical right there. This is breaking in. So I'm gonna sync off because I don't know if it's smashed, China, two verts, whatever it is. I'm just syncing off because I really don't have any other threats. But now here that comes to the backer. Again, he's 3-2 hook curl, so I should be giving an in call. Okay, in call. So that's how we that's how that'll look versus that. And then lastly, into the boundary, you got your full verts. Now, nothing's gonna change communication-wise as far as giving a danger call or not giving a danger call, because we know in this case we still playing 3. That guy's third. And this guy basically is our flat player. Okay. So you're about to you got splits again wide enough to get 4 verts. So that guy is there. That guy's there. That guy's there. And that guy's there. Okay. Again, where's the immediate throws? Here, here, and here. We got to do a great job of rerouting there. Got a midpoint here, right? Now, it'll be a little bit different for him because of the roll, and he's already over there and not lined up in the middle of the field. But he still got to work to his point and get to where he's supposed to get. Now, in this deal, he can still kind of play a little in the middle of the field because you got another 2 high safety and you kind of got a guy that's sinking. So this guy really can play here and play high because now this throw here, you got a guy sinking under it. So now when the ball's thrown, I can get there or I can stay here, right? So really in this deal, the danger, he don't have to go as far. He really kind of just gets to get here and get vertical in the middle of the field and kind of play true middle of the field guy as if any other route was acting out not 4 verts, okay? Because you got a high guy over here and you kind of got 2 guys that's responsible. Like this guy end up kind of banging that guy. So we'll slow this deal down and they don't got a danger as hard, but he still has to midpoint that too, okay? So now, when it comes to, 3x1 in this deal, this really works well because now you got a guy kind of down in the face of your one receiver instead of him being off. Okay. So I got that right there. Okay. And so again, we get flood, vertical, 10 yards, flat, right? Nothing changes over here. He's still third, okay? He's still third. I'm running to the flat. The only thing that changes is now I don't have a guy right here that's a safety. I got a backer. So now this backer is still 3-2. So still nothing really changes. The only thing that he needs to be aware of is if teams start to see this, when they run that dude right there, they just stop that right there. So he just got to see that and get to it. Okay? But in flood, that's what that's going to look like right there. So nothing changes. But now, if teams want to run this concept, but then run something on the backside, tag it X post or X slant or anything like that, or say he's got a dig. You still got a third guy, but he only got one guy over here to work on, so he can get to his third and really get high and just kind of play like a too high safety, right? And you got a corner that can really kind of disrupt that guy on the backside, especially if they want to run one receiver stuff like slants. He could really be on all of that, okay? Any vertical route, you get two guys on one, okay? But that's getting beside the point. So flood is covered again in our 3 deal. It's about making them throw the ball where you want them to throw the ball, okay? And understanding how you match up with certain looks, okay? Now, we talked about Dusty. Dusty doesn't change anything either, okay? Again, them putting one guy on the line and taking the other 2 off. So now we alerting that deal right there, okay? So you got 3 vert, running corner, in, okay, he's there. That backer's gotta work to there on pass. Most of the time they want this second one, so I really can hold right here and drive that. We alerted to Dusty, so I can be inside that, take that away, make them throw this one, okay? And then again, that guy's there in the middle of the field, and then we got that right there. So third, and then that's that. And again, they want to tag anything on the backside. Skinny, you got somebody there, you got 2 on 1, okay? Any kind of in, fade, you got 2 on 1, okay? So they got a dude back here that they trying to, single out. You still good concept side, but now you gain an extra guy versus the 1 receiver side. Now, it really helps too. See, right now, I have the back over there, and that makes 4 strong. But it really helps if the back is, it really helps versus, again, the back being over here, and we getting a cut split there. So now, any kind of concepts they want to run over here, you still got a guy over top, you still got a guy underneath, so you end up with basically a triangle over those 2 guys. So you end up good on the back side, you end up good on the front side, okay? Now how does it look versus 4 verts? The roll 3 coverage, okay? So what we'll do, we'll just change, we'll move that split back of that guy of the X, change him back. But in everything, the big thing is communication. It's still communication, no matter what, okay? So, X is regular split, okay? We're going 4 verts, outside, opposite numbers, opposite hash, same hash, numbers, right? So, this guy becomes a guy that sinks off. He's got a back over here, so anything that checks and releases, now I can come down and tackle that, right? This guy's a third player, so this route's running to him, taken away. This is the near hash. He's working with it. We still gonna midpoint that right there. We still gonna midpoint 1 and 2. I got him in the middle of the field. This route's working back to him, right? But he's also being on top of that. So we kind of got 2 guys chasing a route. We got a guy sinking to make this ball go up, okay? If they want to just throw it backside right now. But still, same deal. Reroute this, make that bubble work out to make this throw go up on the conversion comeback. So now, when the quarterback hitches, throws it all the way to the field, spin out, go make the tackle. Otherwise, we run into this seam right now to take that away. So it still don't look any different. Only thing is you're just changing up your looks and trying to discourage where they throwing the ball at in certain concepts. Okay. Lastly, what I talk about 2x2 real fast, 4 verts. And 3x1 you can get into all your checks and do exactly what we've been doing. But in 2x2, you can do what people are calling match zone. So match zone to give you an opportunity to play zone versus zone concepts, mesh, smash, China. But then once you get 4 verts, it give you an opportunity to run man concepts and kind of confuse the offense. And that's the big thing. They know where they're going with the ball. We kind of guessing, but the thing that we got to be able to do is dictate, anticipate, and just make sure that we making them throw the ball and limiting where they throw the ball and run the ball to where we want them to, so that we can rally up and tackle the ball. So now, you're matching it, okay? These guys are outside leverage now. Those twos, they reading twos release. Corners are also reading twos release. This guy becomes a true middle of the field guy. We not worried about him weaving to one vertical or not. He just true middle of the field guy. Eyes on the quarterback, breaking and driving. Okay? So we get a vertical here of that guy, we're gonna match that. We get a vertical here of that guy, we're gonna match that, right? These two guys here are still 3-2 guys. Here's our 3 right here. If 3 goes there, right, I gotta work here because this is vertical, and I gotta take that, especially if these are vertical here, because both of these guys are gonna match that because that guy's vertical. That guy's vertical. So now you end up with some help in there. So say you get a vertical dig, he's outside leverage, but he's just not left out to dry. He still got some help underneath, and then he got some help in the middle of the field. Okay? So now you don't really have to make any chase versus 4 verts. You don't have to make any danger calls. You don't have to alert anything. All you got to do is just understand this guy's vertical. I'm going to take him and I'm going to pin him to the middle of the field safety. Now, in the first way, the people that the onus was on the outside safeties. Make sure they reroute guys out. But now, these guys on the outside got to understand that in man situations, I'm going to be left out because this guy's in the middle of the field, so I got to do a great job on the outside of tackling, okay? So what I was saying is, with that going vertical, it turns into man, okay? But there is some communication still. With everything, there's some communication to be had. Because say, we get China concept, or we get smash concept, right? He sees 2 go vertical, we talking about matching it, right? But you go hitch, right? He gotta hear the corner and come off. Now I got that, corner's got that, right? If you communicating that. One way, that's one way. The other way, the base way is, now I got all of that, corner's got all of that, all right? Say it's China, same thing, it's vertical, I'm here, I'm under that right there, I gotta draw that as a corner, okay? That's matching it, right? Still, this guy's in the middle of the field. So, that's my multiple ways playing cover 3. We obviously don't utilize every last one of those. You want to get one, and you want to do one with your guys, and make it simple enough to where they can do it and do it fast. And if it's something that you're going to major in, you want it to be something that's going to be very clean. When you give them a lot of ways, there's ways that things can go wrong. One year we tried to put this in, and just kind of really try to play that. That group couldn't play that because they couldn't adjust to it. And you gotta understand your guys and your players. What can they do and what can't they do? So the big thing is just making sure that you're coaching splits, you're coaching formations, and those guys understand their route reading responsibilities. You practice that enough, and you should be able to cover almost anything in this deal. No coverage is going to take away everything, but what do you want to take away? Take that away, make them throw what you want them to throw, do a great job of running and tackling, and you should be able to have success playing cover three in multiple different